welcome to the Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. Today, I have another NU match against Trent. I kind of threw this team together. I just kind of picked some random mons that look pretty sweet. To be honest, I really just wanted to use a freaking Wigglytuff. That thing is... it's evil. Let me leave it at that. But anyways, Trent's got a pretty sweet looking team over there. Let's go ahead and get it started. So, I kind of thought that he was going to expect me to lead off with Magcargo, therefore leading off with his Seismitoad, so I led off with my Gourgeist, as he ends up leading off with his Xatu. So, I was like, okay, that actually could not have been completely opposite. I expected the freaking thing to have advantage over my fire guy. Ends up, he leads off with this flying dude that fucks up my grass guy, so I'm like, I gotta get the hell up out of here. I know he's probably going to want to, you know, go for like... I know Xatus generally tend to set up screens and stuff, so I wasn't afraid of him hurting me on the first turn, but I kind of figured I could get in Mrs. Maggie and be able to maybe set up some nasty plots and even through the light screen be able to destroy some shit. So he actually ends up going for the foul play, kind of just shows me its attacking move, and I'm not really too worried about that because a foul play actually won't do too much. So I figure I don't even need no motherfucking substitute. Go for the nasty plot as he ends up going for the reflect this turn. Maybe expecting me to set up another substitute or something, I don't know. Either way though, I'm at +2, I'm gonna go for another nasty plot. And Miss Magius is thinking some nasty fucking thoughts right now. You don't even want to know the thoughts that Miss Magius is having right now. Anyways, the foul play does hit me. I know I can live that with a decent amount of HP. And then I end up going for the Shadow Ball, which is definitely going to kill the Xatu, even through the light screen. So, at +500 million, Miss Magius is looking pretty threatening. Well, it's not actually, you know, that much. It's bleeding 2 nasty plots, but you get the deal. Light screen does not phase me. He ends up going into this Typhlosion here, and I was kind of like, okay, the only reason why he would send this in is if it was Choice Scarfed. So I kind of wanted to save Miss Maggie for later and just kind of see what this guy wants to do. He ends up going for the Eruption, which basically just kind of solidifies the fact that he was Choice Scarfed, and Miss Maggie probably would have got done fucked up right there. But Sheldon, on the other hand, is not going to give 2 shits about no Eruption because he's fucking made of lava. Look at this guy right here. I'm going to go for the Earth Power, try to hit the Typhlosion, but he actually brings out the Marowak, and that does not do a damn thing. So Marowak's looking kind of scary. I know that my pumpkin guy, so kindly donated by my boy Advent, is going to come in here and actually end up taking a knockoff, which I had not expected. I was like, okay, holy shit. He had a nice prediction there. Ends up getting the knockoff, and I realized that I am faster, though. So I actually end up going for the Will-O-Wisp here, as he predicts a switch and goes for the Bone Meringue, and I'm like, all right, throwing your boner at me. That's a little bit on the weird side there, Marowak, but it's alright. I forgive you. I forgive you. So, Bam Bam's gonna be throwing his shit around. Ain't nobody give 2 shits. And I end up going for the Seed Bomb here just because I figured that my Gourgeist was actually probably not too useful in the whole rest of the match. Plus, I didn't want to send in something else to take a knockoff. And I actually end up living this last knockoff after this thing's freaking burned. And I'm like, wow. This pumpkin is badass. I end up going for the Confuse right now, so I'm like, okay, maybe this will be hilarious. Maybe I can get him to smack himself in the face, get some confusion hacks, and I actually do. Look at that right there. He hits himself in confusion, ends up getting burned, and then I'm able to kill him with 1 more Seed Bomb. So, on a matchup that I had expected to completely lose, I actually ended up winning that right there. So, Gourgeist comes up victorious, and that Marowak is going to die. So, I'm basically going to go ahead and let this stupid Grand Ball right here go ahead and play rough, my little pumpkin guy. So, you know, you did your job though, Punky. Good shit. Good shit, bro. This Urkel's actually going to get a Toxic Orb, which basically just kind of reveals to me that he's going to be like a facade set kind of dude. And I'm like, you know what? Rambo does not give a fuck about no poison boosted facade. I actually lived that with 69 HP on purpose, mind you. I did that on purpose. I was like, alright, now I'm going to live this with 69 HP. Just kidding, definitely not. But it kind of worked out that way, and I'm able to get a Wish off, which is pretty nice because this is when this Wigglytuff looks like you'd be able to fuck it up, and then you're like, wait, hold on, this thing's an asshole. So I go for the Protect, as he thinks he's going to be able to go ahead and get the kill. Goes for the Facade, I protect myself, and then I get my Wish, and I'm all the way back to pretty much full HP after the leftovers. So that is some solid news for Rambo over here, knowing I can take another Facade, set up another Wish, and then do the same Protect thing the next turn. If I wanted to be that evil, you know, that's only if I wanted to be that much of an asshole. So I kind of feel like being an asshole today, so I go for another Wish, and I'm like, alright. This is perfect. Getting wishes up all over the place. He's pretty much expecting me to go for the Protect on the next turn, while his poison is just adding up. I could literally sit here and do this all damn day if I wanted to, and just get a whole bunch of damage off on that thing just by letting the poison do its thing, you know. So now I figured, I was like, you know, he'll probably actually switch out, realizing that he's getting nowhere fast against this damn Rambo. So now I'm gonna send out Mrs. Maggie, who is going to go ahead and take that Wish, and Mrs. Maggie, who you thought was about to be fucked up, is now way back to full health. So already did some shit in the match and still doing shit. That's my mustard-colored Miss Maggie right there, putting in work. So I actually outspeed it right there, which I was quite confused about. Thinking that I was choice scarfed earlier in the match, I could have actually just ended up killing it had I stayed in, but Tyrone is going to have an unpowerful ass eruption after I hit it with a Shadow Ball, and he's going to die to the next Shadow Ball. So that turned out to be a choice specs Typhlosion. There's always the gamble. You never know if they're scarfed or specs. You kind of have to usually assume that they're choice scarfed though. But whatever. Miss Magius ended up getting a whole bunch of health from that situation, so it's all good. Now, I bring in Sheldon, as I know that this thing's a physical attacker. He's not going to be able to hurt Sheldon at all. I mean, kind of. He can be able to hurt Sheldon with his facade. Look at how much damage this does. Oh god, so much damage. Just kidding. Sheldon does not give a fuck. Ask Sheldon if he gives a fuck, because I guarantee you he doesn't. I guarantee it. I hit it with a Lava Plume, and that doesn't do as much damage as I'd hoped for, as now he's just going to go for the Outrage, because this thing is just absolutely outraged. This Grand Bull is just pissed the fuck off, as he's going to die to his next poison. So that is some good news there. Grand Bull is dead. So now we got an empty-ass field here, and I'm sitting there like, who do I want to send in? I actually predicted the Electabuzz to come in. Either way, whatever he wanted to send in didn't really matter, because Hugs, the Ursaring, is going to go ahead and take a Protect right here. Honestly, the Protect actually really didn't matter. I was actually just trying to get my poison, that way my facade would do max damage. I am going to be faster regardless, so even with the Quick Feet activated, doesn't really matter. I'm able to outspeed that thing. Had this thing been Guts, though, I would have been able to kill that thing in one hit. So maybe sometimes I got to start using my Guts Ursaring just to switch things up a little bit. But I found that the Quick Feet actually comes in handy quite a bit more. So he's going to go for the Volt Switch here, as that does a dickload of damage to me. And I'm like, fucking Ursaring got the speed lower after the Quick Feet. It's going to be slower than this asshole. And I'm like, well, fucking useless Quick Feet right here, eh? Hey there, Ursaring. Actually, end up hitting this Doug for a dickload of damage right there. And I'm like, wow, that's actually perfect, because now I can outspeed it, hit it one more time with the Facade, and Doug has died. Which is nice, because those things right there, those Seismitoads, always seem to ruin my teams. It's weird. Every time I battle against one of those things, I gotta be careful, because those guys will fuck me up. Anyways, all I know he has left is the Electabuzz, and I'm going to go ahead and send in my Magmortar. The cannons are going to come into effect right here, spray yo ass with some fire, and the Electabuzz has fainted. So that's going to be the end of the match there, guys. Thank you for watching. Lately, I haven't had enough time to battle. Sorry this battle wasn't up to par with my usual ones, but I just like throwing stuff up for you guys when I can get it. I battled for like 4 hours one night, and this was the closest match I ended up with. So that's what y'all get. Anyways, leave the like on this video if you enjoyed, and I will have more Wi-Fi battles up as soon as I can. Peace out.